Let's trade earnings. We have some very exciting earnings coming up. One, I think, will be really interesting to watch. The other, I think, will simply drive the knife a little bit further. So we have HOOD and AMC reporting today after the bell. We are getting you tuned in, warmed up, getting you tender and nice, ready for the run to look at what opportunities befall us in an ever expanding market. So today, one I am most excited about is Robinhood's earnings. So we have executed an exceptional trade on this one. So we have been long equity on this name from below. Let's make this chart just a touch bigger. We have been long equity on this bad boy since we were trading down here. This green line was the buy signal and this red line was the add signal. As I broke down for all the members of our wonderful community. Oh, Duco, let me I can pop it on there as well. I can pop it on there as well. So let's start the event. Let me share my screen on there as well. So you won't be able to see my beautiful face, but I guess that'll have to do, my friend. So today is very, very, very interesting. And let's get on there. For those of you following us on Twitter, thank you for your support and your love. Feel free to retweet this. Let people know what's going on. Let them know what time it is. We appreciate your support. Please comment if you have any tickers you want to look at, any stocks you want to talk about. I think it is worth. Oh my God, there is a chat feature on Twitter Live. No, this existed. So they have installed a chat feature. Phenomenal. That means we can do those. That's so exciting. I'm not going to lie. So what am I up? If we're trading at about what, $17? Let's see. What am I up here? Today is a poopy day. Poopy day. Down to $1,000 today. No good. Don't like it. Don't love it. Let's take a look here. What are we up right now? We're up 317%. We were up more. Today was a little rough, but let's take a little screeny of that. Save that in the bank. Let's pop that on Twitter. Let them all know. I love this feature that Twitter did that, man. I'm really, really impressed. Who else is reporting today? Let's look at that. Earnings Whisper. Let's see who's reporting today. I think there's quite a few reporting today, is it not? Looks like ARM's earnings sentiment is strong, but Palantir was a little bit of a poop response to earnings. So today we have, we have ARM today. That's going to be exciting. Trade Desk, I know it's a shy select favorite. So TTT and ARM. Yo, if you guys are in that Twitter chat, bump that chat too, dude. Hook a brother up. Get some love in there. I'd love that. I'd love you and appreciate you forever. So really not much to do here for us at this moment until these report, but I do have a call at 3:30, so we're going to be going 2:30 to 3:30 today. So my goal is to get in as much as we possibly can. Does anybody know what the exact time is? Those times are in Central Standard. Pooks, do you know when Robinhood reports? Do you know what time they expect the call to be? Does anybody know? And how about Twitter for installing that live chat for the broadcast? They really are on top of it, man. What? Did you go to your home screen and then click it on the right side where it shows us going live for earnings? That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. That's it. Oh, but the chat's gone now. It is erased. Oh, no, there it is. It showed back up. 4 p.m. So 4 p.m. Central. So we're not even going to be live when this earning calls happens. Well, all right, let's map out the trade then so that as everyone experiences this earnings call, they can basically understand what there is to do based on what happens.
Yeah, hey, for good.
Whoa. Say that again.
For Robinhood, the actual earnings data comes out at 4:05 p.m. Eastern.
So earnings data comes out at 4:05 p.m. Eastern. Oh, so 3:05 Central. Oh, beautiful. So that just the call is later.
The actual call with
okay.
the CEO later, yeah. But the actual data, we're going to know EPS and revenue and guidance right at 4:05 Eastern, 3:05 Central. So.
Interesting. So very interesting. Very interesting. The only other one I think is worth is Interactive Brokers. Let's take a look there. So anytime we expect growth in an industry, right, or a business segment, we want to we want to be in the best name. As we talk about on the Monday stream with Shine Myself Live, we talk about the best in class, best in breed. We try to find those names that are going to be above all else, top quality names, man. And I think I'm getting used to me and Shy doing this together that I'm a little sad I missed the guy. And I think us together is just the golden ticket of coverage from fundamentals to technicals. So Interactive Brokers has a strong buy rating from Zacks. I think this is a very interesting name that I don't know. I've never really even looked at. So it's IBKR. Yeah, I've not looked into their business at all. I guess we could scoot on over to the NASDAQ. Let's look at what their projected earnings are going to be. And wow, is it IBKR? Interactive Brokers Group. Here we go. Not gonna lie, I like these earnings streams. They're a lot more chill because I don't have to be going. Okay, so they're expected to have. So they posted pretty strong. So they beat, close, near miss, beat. So big beat would be huge. This is interesting. 4 revisions up in the last 4 weeks. All revisions up. So People are expecting this. Look at that. They're expecting this quarter to be revised up and the entire fiscal year. That's really interesting. I mean, this thing has been on a tear, so that doesn't surprise me. They are reporting, so that was their last report, sell off and then strength out of it. So it looks like next report is coming up in July, where their earnings estimates 1.64 bill, revenue 1.21 bill. So interesting. Does anybody have any thoughts on this one? I mean, I haven't dived into it enough to say, hey, I love it. I hate it. I don't feel either way. I like getting into the kind of fractionalized financing, small, and I wouldn't call them smaller brokerages, but the more democratized brokerages. I think that's an interesting segment to be in. I think Robinhood is about as good as it gets when it comes to like user integration, user interface, and then also name recognition. So like there's a huge reason there is a huge validation point behind their business as a whole. Like it is that easy to use, and it is used by a lot of people. I think that in getting into the retirement game is very brilliant for them because they are, probably going to roll in a number of funds from retirement accounts. I also love, like, look at this, just liquidity crisis. So sold off. This is our breaking point below 33. We cratered below IPO price. Fell to, this was a no-brainer buy at $7. We were buying at 8, 7, 8, 9, 10. This was a brilliant buy. Got to give ourselves credit. I know Lee was all over this. I was all over this. I think this was kind of a no-brainer. Now we talk moat, not as much, but I would say they do in terms of like execution, ease of use, even credibility, despite their shortcomings there with the whole GameStop fiasco. But more importantly, this chart is looking like accumulation station. This is Health City. Look at those big old buys. Boom, boom, boom. Even a little bit here, then boom, 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 right here before that inflection point. So this was our buy, November. We buy the upside. We run to 16. You had 100% return on the table. Obviously, do as you wish, trade your own risk. But I think that this was a no-brainer. We pushed to a high of 20. We came back down. So those options were up like 500-600% at that point. Again, sell some is what I do. Is like I cash out a little bit and I leave the rest for exponential growth. Pray for us because this earnings is going to be kind of a make or break on a lot of those options trades. Because I think if earnings is a miss and forward guidance is not strong, I think we are going to probably come down to $13-14. I think we're going to retest this 200-day EMA, and I think we're going to kind of struggle there for a little bit. But all in all, I'd say that, because it also coincides right here on the weekly chart. But all in all, I think that our upside really is only limited to $33, in my opinion. I think that this has potential to hit $33. I think there's a ton of potential here. I love this accumulation that's been going on. Again, this is the weekly chart. Look at the monthly. It's even more compelling because you can see the last couple of months have just been significant buying from large-scale investors, institutions, and some retail. So to me, this is one you can't possibly ignore. We're sitting at an inflection point right now. We either trade up or trade down, but I would say that I'm on the whole optimistic that we are going to see some growth here. Those earnings expectations should be decent. Colamp, that's my guy. Drop that comment on the stream, man. I wish you guys would comment on the stream so that everyone could see it. Because we got some friends at Twitter watching, got some friends on YouTube watching. Nobody knows what's going on. Well, I guess you guys on Twitter, you guys on YouTube, join us in the Discord. That's where a lot of the conversation's happening. That's where all these trades are being posted. That's where we're answering your questions, the back and forth. I'm going to put the link right there. It is scrolling across the bottom, but in case you missed it, just go to that, discord.gg/pennyboys with an I. Stocks, options, and everything in between. We focus on trading education, best community of all time. The list goes on. Oh, Rocket Lab. I made a little video for you guys. I don't know if you saw it. I built a little starter position after yesterday. Shy got me a little juiced up on this one. I'm not going to lie. I was definitely bought and sold there on Rocket Lab. Holy shit, we're green, baby. We green. Is this trading 411? Look at that. So now here's the question. Is this running because of us? I don't know. You tell me. Yes, this is nice, but it also sucks because it was a starter position. I wanted to buy a lot more of it, and unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to. But I guess it's not up that much, and I don't want to be FOMO in here. I was really hoping to build a nice position around, but I don't know if we're gonna get that chance. Let's see first how it interacts with like 411 here. I mean, this is the high from that gap up post earnings. So let's see how it engages here. So we're up 5%. That's nice. Oh, wow. There's been some big buys today. This is an interesting one. Very interesting. I feel like that TikTok video got like no love too, even though I feel like that was like a golden. Yeah, I got 16 views, dude. TikTok is bullshit now. I'm getting blackballed, man. I'm getting blackballed on TikTok. It's nonsense. Oh, so all right. So this is the test. Look, we got our previous high 411 or so. We're pushing through today. I do like that volume. So that this is what convinced me yesterday. You see that volume, that market on close volume? Look at that right there. Ba 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 boom. 500,000 shares came in. So that's a couple $1,000,000 people are putting into this thing. And if we go to the daily, you can see that volume's really picking up there. We got a nice gap here. So 450 is really our next kind of critical place to watch. These are what I think this is what our target would be. I think like long-term upside here, we can see this go to $14, which is like a nice 4 or 5x. So this is one that, again, carries significant risk because, again, it's commercialization of space. So like use your brain. That's not happening right now. Like that's not a material market that we can really project and get into and make sense of. But we do know that it is exciting and it's an expansive space. And I think that people are going to slowly feed into it more and more and more. Yeah, it's awesome, man.
12 more minutes. Yeah, we got about 12 more minutes before Robinhood announces their earnings data.
Oh my God! Now Schwab is doing like live streaming. Are you joking me right now? Dude, they need to get out of here. These huge companies, they need to just go back to the news network. They need to get out of here. They need to get out. This is our territory, man. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Not one bit. So, all right. So I think that there's tons of potential here. Again, our only real fundamental resistance here is going to be this $4.50 mark. And then we're golden because we're going to be up significantly on the position. We're going to struggle with 450, then probably 560, right? That's top of range. So if you look right here, look right across my screen, see how the price action tops out there over and over and over again. And then our next one's like 730. So we basically have a nice runway for an easy 40, 50% return on this position, right? Without question, I would say, as long as like the company doesn't fundamentally implode. But you never know. So, keep your head on straight. Keep your head on straight. I think that's a guy I know. So, real quick, because we got about 10 minutes. Are there any, are there any stocks? Drop them in the comments. Any stocks you guys want to look at? Any particular tickers that you wanted to kind of explore? You think have the, upside from here? Any, anything like that? Ooh, sorry, I had a friend, couldn't breathe. Oh, whoo! Seasonal allergies are a bitch. Let's take a look at ARM real quick. Wow, trading view is slow. Ooh, something inside me saying play a lotto on ARM. Like something deep inside me, it craves it. Oh my God, I gotta look. All right, let's look here. Let's look. Come on, hurry up. We don't have a lot of time here. 256. See if we can find any reasonably priced. So let's take a look at this chart. Where do we move on earnings? Last earnings was big boom. Big boom boom. And then the earnings prior to that. So this thing has only moved boom boom on earnings. That is good. Okay, 4 minutes. 4 minutes. The clock is counting. This is going to be close. This is going to be a close one. This is going to be a close one. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Come on. Come on. No, pulled the company. What is this bullshit? Oh my God. The NASDAQ website is just absolute garbage, man. Okay. Okay, so they're expected decline. So if they do beat, this would be the initiation. This actually might make more sense as a swing. What kind of lotto potential do we have? Wow, those are still expensive, so not happening. I guess we could take a spread. We could take a spread to lower our costs, but let's just take a look here. We went like 30 days out because I would expect kind of like pronounced growth over time for this one. Because we could look at like 120-ish. But I don't know. I don't know. This would be a little bit of risk. Um, 130s wouldn't be crazy because
Are you doing a spread on ARM?
yeah, I think there's no volume. God, what the hell, man?
Dude, you got like 3 minutes to get that trade.
All right, then let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's give ourselves like May 17th. Let's go if we can even do it. I might just take a lotto on the 120. So what you can do is you can buy the 120 and then you can sell I would say probably sell the 130. It's got more volume. Nope, they're the same. So you could sell the 125. So it's basically like $100 spread you could do here. So it'd be buy that and then sell that. Puts you at total cost of 106, 17% profit there. I don't think this is going to get filled. So again, depending on your account size, I'm just going to go along with this here. We're going to get rid of that. I don't think that spread's going to fill. I'm going to have to do them as independent orders. But if you cannot, you'll have to execute them as long and short. So then what we would do here is then go to sell as an independent order, and then you could sell it against your position, if that makes sense, to lower your cost basis. Does that make sense? Let's take a look because that one's reporting today. So the reason why you definitely want to do it as a spread is because of that IV deflation. Come on, come on. Yes. Okay, it's filled. So you don't want to just go long here because that implied volatility is going to dump after earnings. But now the dump on that implied volatility is also going to work in your favor on the short contract. So in theory, if this booms, right, that short contract you're going to make more money on. The long contract you won't make as much because implied volatility will decrease. However, if by any chance this falls into 120 plus, so this is in the money, then you've got yourself the golden ticket there. So that was buy to open the 120, sell to open the 125. Bada bing, bada boom for the 17th. So you got 9 days. So that could be very interesting. It'll be very interesting to watch this play out. So we're going to need to go into the smaller time frame chart here to watch this. So look at that look at that order end of day. Somebody was buying that up. That was a pretty big deal, and I think that was pretty interesting. So that was buy to open 120 call for, what was that? We were looking at 517. Earnings has so ARM earnings right now is expected to be one of the more favorable ones. So what I think is interesting here, and the reason I also wanted to take a spread is that let's say we sell off tomorrow. Like, let's say we have a bad day, sell off. Like, it's not a ton of time to have, but let's say we sell off, close that short at basically zero, right? So we're basically still in our long for only $100 cost basis, right? I personally, at that point, if we find ample support, say at $100 or 103, I would probably then double down. I would introduce another $100 of risk, right? So this would be $200 on the line to capture that upside on the way back up. Because a lot of times, even if they have decent earnings and some stuff like this, what'll happen is this. The stock won't see favorable play post-earnings, even if the earnings weren't bad. But then all of a sudden, this thing just starts ripping. So I think kind of case in point, if you look at that Rocket Lab chart, earnings was not exceptional. Look at that. So peaked up earnings, everyone's hyped, sell off, gap down. We went as low as 366. And then look at that. Boom, we're right here. So imagine you get your short, you close right here, right? That's 260 something bucks in your pocket. So you're only $100 in the trade because that long was only $100 more. You double down, put 200 bucks down. Now your cost basis on that long is like probably $1.50. As this runs up over 2 or 3 days, that's going to go right back to the original price it was at, give or take. Theta will decay it a little bit, but nevertheless, risky, take active management, but those are fun trades that I think, in my experience, those have panned out quite a bit. So we're going to take a little bit of risk on that one. If we're not taking a little bit of risk, we're not having a lot of fun. But keep in mind, like my total, what I'm trading with total here, guys, is like we're at like 134,000, and I'm risking that $100. So please keep that in mind as far as a percentage basis goes. I wouldn't do that with more than 2%. I wouldn't even do it with 2%. I think that would be irresponsible, and so I definitely don't anticipate that being a good idea for anybody. So let's get back to HOOD here, because I believe we do have that data coming out in 5 minutes. And whoa, is this anticipation of that data? Why are we bumping here? Always a little earnings. I'm not a big fan of that little preemie run. I'm not a big fan of that little pre-blast. It doesn't sow confidence in my eyes. It feels like a run before the dump. I'm not a fan. Wow, volume was exceptional into close. So let us pray. Let us pray, friends. Let us pray. See how it goes here. So we're coming up. We got about 5 minutes here. So trade desk earnings, I believe, came out as a beat. Let's see. Where are we getting them HOOD earnings, boy? Come on.
Yeah, HOOD should be right at 405, so like 10 second countdown.
Yeah, it's coming, baby. Let's see when it comes. If anybody finds it, just grab it and throw it in the chat. I do have it pulled up here. I usually just keep Twitter open because I feel like they have this stuff. Whoa. That was a big old boom. You see that? Did you see that? Are you watching this? That has to have come out. Where's that? Where's the damn data? This thing is ripping. If it continues to rip, we are about to be very rich tomorrow.
I'm going to put my laptop as soon as I can.
Wow, what in the hell is going on right now? We got another, dude, this is the upside if this thing just absolutely goes. 33. If it just goes nuclear. This is going to end up being in one of our best trades of the year. Wow, on an hourly basis, look at that volume. That's substantial. It just has to sustain.
I got a little bit of data here. Basically, their reported record revenue, $618 million. Financial growth in Q1 of 2024. Let me deep dive into this report here, and I'll post some figures for them. positive so far, but, we'll see. No, I haven't got some of the data yet, so hold on. Okay, got some EPS and revenue data. So Robinhood EPS came in at 0.18, which beat the forecast of 0.12.
Okay.
So that's a pretty good beat there. That's like a 50%.
50% beat. What about revenue?
Yeah. Revenue came in at 618 million, and the forecast was 555 million. So, probably say about a 10% beat on the revenue. Now it's going to come down to remainder of Q2 guidance in 2024 fiscal year guidance remaining. We'll get those two figures, and then we'll know what's going to happen here.
Yeah, I'm not liking.
We'll see. Maybe it retraces back down, so we're kind of flat.
Yeah, that's no good. We are also after hours, so there's also that. But that's no good. I don't like that because we've already faded that. Look at that. We've already pushed as low as 1782. I don't like that we faded it that quickly.
That's true.
It is no good. No good. It's no good.
We'll see. Like I said, we're going to be the guidance for us. The remainder of Q2 fiscal year. If that gets adjusted up or down, I think sometimes it does take 5 or 10 minutes for all the data to be digested by investors, and then it gets real. Sometimes it's like a little pause.
Right.
And then institution makes a decision, and then you get ton of money. There's your move. So let's just kind of see. It looks like it's kind of recovered. I'm looking at 3-minute chart on HOOD, and that's a pretty big bottom wick there. We'll see.
Oh, shop tank today. That's no good. Oh, that's no good. I didn't even look at Shopify today. That's no good. My wife's retirement account might be slayed. I mean, it's tripled the account, so I can't complain, but I don't love it. So, yeah. Very interesting.
Punch for scalp, dates back to, I'd say, January 2023. There's a volume show up there in the low 60s. So, we'll see if that ends up being the bottom shot. Under the low 60s, kind of fall off the cliff point at that point. So I would definitely hope for low 60s, the whole low shot could break back into I could just zoom right past the 50s. Maybe I'm just not seeing much volume coming in the 50s. But I think it should be good. Around $60.
Yeah, the thing that sucks is, yeah, good earnings have been, I feel like they've been punished. Okay, now we're starting to look a little healthier here. I just don't want to see good earnings get punished. Did ARM release data yet? No bueno. So it looks like it will be closing that short. And that's, my friends, is why we open the spread always.
Okay, so I got some ARM data, and their EPS came in at 0.36. The forecast was 0.3, so they missed EPS. They did beat revenue. ARM revenue came in at 28 million versus a forecast of 878 million. So a little bit of a beat on the revenue, missed EPS.
How much did they beat on revenue? That's always a good sign.
Not by much. Probably like 5% they beat revenue. And so just that, and they missed EPS by they actually they beat EPS. Their EPS came at 0.36. The forecast was 0.3, so they beat EPS and they beat revenue. My apologies. So 5% beat on revenue, and then we're a 20% beat on the EPS. So, and obviously we're seeing a negative reaction, and exactly what that is. Guys, they put out some guys, some statements, and investors are not liking what they're hearing.
Yep. Never do. It's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
So it's good that they did those double beat. Let's go back to Robinhood here. I'd love to see this chart really materialize. We are seeing a little bit of strength here, which is good. We wanted to see that little retrace, and then we want to see strength coming out of it. So let's look at what our real challenges are on the hourly. It looks like it's right here. It's pretty much a breach of 19 is where we've struggled a little bit. But when we get that breach of 19, we can head to 2087. And we need to get more time on the chart here. So we breached 19, then we can get to 2087, which let's look at what's happened here. 2087 is where we got the dead cats of 23. So I'd say over 19, we can see 23. We want to see that. We want to see support building $20, 20 and change. And then, like I said, this is just pure liquidity, guys, where I don't think we're going to have much headwind. And when this thing pushes 33 plus, I don't know what their short interest is, but I will say that I got to go look. Let's see what their short interest is. Markets. Their short interest is only 7%. So not much to cover, but I would argue that they are trading nicely in the bottom of this trend channel here around 1718, which is I think going to be a major inflection point, right? See, we're trading right along the bottom versus we want to look at this as our top. I think that we are in a good position to see a nice move to the upside. I'm excited either way. I think that right here we're getting a little bit of a push up, which we needed. I think that this consolidation's been nice here. We've been just bouncing off 16, 17 bucks. We need to build volume there. Obviously, we haven't seen much of it, but you'd like to see a little bit more. I think on strong volume, this thing's easy win, and it's definitely going to go. I really don't think there's a world in which we don't see upside here after seeing those numbers, because I don't see a world in which their numbers don't continue to improve. I mean, again, they are the most notable. They are as Apple is for phones, I would say Robinhood is for investing in the 40 and under crowd, I would say. And I mean, they're known amongst all crowds, but I would say, those of us that are, I would say maybe 45 and under, like Gen X, millennials, I would say that Robinhood is kind of the gold standard for the non-seasoned investor. And I would say that it's an absolutely household name for those of us that do have more experience. And I think, like I said, the ease of use and the functionality elements are cake. We completely forgot. Did AMC post? What's going on in that hellhole? Because that was today, correct? Now, that would be a fun lotto to take, but that's not a game I want to play. I know their earnings were today. I don't know when they plan to report, though. Anybody? Do they know when they plan to report?
Sorry, I was reading some more on guidance here. What was the ticker? I can tell you.
Oh, so their earnings call is 4 p.m. AMC.
Yeah, AMC. They reported right now 4:15 p.m. Eastern is the posted time. So start seeing some fireworks there. That's usually the call with the CEO or after.
Yeah, I'd be very interested to watch this. I think that honestly, AMC investors are just so worn out. I mean, how can you not be? How can you not be worn out after what's going on?
don't know if there's delayed earnings or what, but AMC was supposed to be at 415 for the data. Right now, it's just kind of frozen, right? That'd be crazy if they start holding this shit again.
Yeah, I'm just very interested to see how this goes, man, because you got this massive retail investor base that is extremely active on social media. They're always going to be talking about what AMC is doing. I mean, it's definitely died down a lot. But what I'm interested to see most is like how the stock's going to react, and how, most importantly, how is the AMC investor base going to react? Because like, let's say that they make a miraculous move that totally rescues this business out of oblivion, right? I mean, not to mention, I believe I saw their CEO took like a $25 million paycheck last year. Dude, for a man of the people, as he so self-proclaims, like, that's nonsense.
I was talking about this earlier.
He's a total piece of shit. He's a total piece of shit. He's a scumbag. He's a scam artist.
I was telling people in the stream I had this afternoon, like, he's one of those guys, like, if you talk to him face to face, like, everything out of his mouth is going to be just.
Yeah, it's going to be. Yeah, utter lies and nonsense.
He's taking $20 million bonuses and then basically giving a shit sandwich to the show.
Yeah, I believe he was selling his stock too, was he not?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I want to say he escaped. He was selling off the highs, was he not? Was he not selling off the highs? I thought he was.
Yeah. I said there were times where AMC was rounding, and all of a sudden a month later there was a SEC filing where he had sold shit.
Yeah. So we're not seeing like anything here.
I'm not an AMC investor. This is just how I feel about the CEO. Like, let's get it straight,
Yeah.
I don't really have a tie with. I just don't like the guy.
No, I don't like the guy either. Hey, I just realized that everybody watching us on Twitter and stuff can't see you. Do you want to just pop in here? We only got about 10 more minutes. Yeah, I sent it on Discord. I just sent you a link. You could because I'm broadcasting my desktop audio, so you can just leave the Discord. Everyone on Discord can still hear you. So you can leave. That way it's not echoing. You can leave the Discord audio just for the last couple minutes as we do this. Let's get Benjamin in here and talk AMC, because I think, guys, look, you've been through a lot. This was a fun one. I mean, we traded it from what did we trade this from? Like 270 to 70 something bucks. I mean, look at this chart. And then if you guys recall, I was actually on the live stream when we were trading at about $8. This little dead cat right here. I was talking to all of you live about how my next target was going to be, I think we were going to dump to 564, just because they're just using this company as a shell to move money into their own pockets. It's pathetic. It's like an egregious thing. I mean, there is the shareholder manipulation. There's all the other nonsense, but at the end of the day, guys, the reality is like you need to cover your own ass and protect yourself, because they don't care. None of these companies give a shit about any of us. They just don't. This is quite simply about like them making money at all costs. So I would argue and implore everyone to take a similar approach in that sense, but I personally don't think you have to step on the back of the populace to make money. I think you can do it in collaboration, which is why we're on this live stream talking about this stuff right now. But I will say, above and beyond, AMC is just, we're not seeing any response here to earnings, assuming they were either no one cares.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's like watching paint dry. And what I was saying in the Discord is, I don't even have an AMC position, and I've never lost money. But the thing is what the CEO does to his shareholders by diluting the shares. He did like a back-to-back whammy where he converted. There was a share conversion with APE to AMC. They converted that, And then they did a reverse split, and then there was offerings. I mean, I just, that's not how you treat shareholders. And if you think about it, AMC is still one of the biggest movie theater chains in the country. And it's
Oh
a
yeah,
shame to see the
I don't
company being
disavow that
run
it's
like
not a
that,
scam. It's a scam, but
Yeah.
that's my point. If you know it's a scam and you know the SEC is condoning it, why would you
Yeah.
participate in it?
Yeah. I mean, there's thousands of companies that, get away with shit. It's just, it's just part of the game. You know what I mean? It's part of the game, and we got to play the game efficiently and treat it like a business, which is what
And
we do, in our
stay in it.
group.
Above all else, stay
Oh,
in the game.
absolutely.
It's the only
Yep.
goal. It's the only mission. So this is watching paint
Yeah.
dry. Let's get back to our baby here that is making us money, that is making us that change.
Yeah,
And
that's
that's
good old
Robinhood
hood.
here. Nice girl off the
Yeah.
EMAs. We're seeing decent after hour volume. Like to
Yeah.
see some
So you
stronger
did a
inflows.
you did a bullish spread on it, right? You did a bullish spread on it before the close?
Oh, I'm all, dude. There's no spread involved. I'm long. I'm naked and I'm long on the hood because we're up like on the options. I believe we're up almost 400%.
Oh,
On
man.
equity, we're up over 100%. I've taken some profit already. It's a matter of just like we're letting it ride from here. Again, all those positions they're scaled out over 2025 and 2026. So we also have a ton of time on them. So I'm not concerned one bit. I'm not concerned one bit. Look at that little tasty curl there. So I think the double beat for Robinhood is coming across as very positive news for shareholders. I think that sentiment in this is pretty strong. I want to say that the double beat is a big deal, and I think that given positive forward guidance, like this call is going to really set the tone. I think investors are waiting to see how this call pans out because here's the thing on the earnings call, if they're walking you through their roadmap and it really seems like they're giving strong forward guidance, like, hey, look, guys, we are growing like a weed. We've integrated these new products. We're integrating these new approaches, and they are paying off in revenue. I think that this is a no-brainer. I think this is going to be one of the best names to own for at least the next couple of years. And again, to go back to the monthly chart, look at that strength coming in there, guys. Look at that. Buy side. Boom, boom, boom. A lot of strength out of this area. So demand, and then we fought with supply right here, but clearly you could see that next supply zone is until about $33. It's going to be between 33 and 37. I think we're really going to struggle because that's basically our IPO price. So a lot of those IPO guys that were locked in are going to probably dump a number of shares in the market. They panic sell a lot of ways, the same ways that we are. Somebody says AMC is ripping. Let's take a quick peek over there. That would be fantastic. Huh? We are getting a little bit of, I would say, particulate volume. It's like touch, just a touch. It's a touch of volume. So we went from 316, 327, so 10 cents up. So that volume is 53,000 shares. I'm not buying until it's like, if we're talking, if that was 5 million shares, I'd be all interested. But keep in mind that they very well may pump this. We need to see those AMC. We need to see those earnings numbers before we really get bought and sold here. So please be careful. Trade this safe. I mean, don't overextend. Where are these earnings numbers? Why are we not seeing these? Where the hell are they? Scheduled May. I thought they were releasing them at 3:15. I'm not seeing them on Juggle either. It says information hasn't been published yet. Okay. So total revenues, 951 million compared to 954 for Q1. So a loss there. Adjusted EBITDA was oof. This is bad. Still have 624 million in cash though. 6% decline in first quarter North American box office numbers compared to 2023. Exchange a bunch of 17.5 million aggregate principal amounts on their secondary liens due 2026 to get 2.5 million shares. They raised 124 million by selling 38.5 million shares of Class A. Obviously, Taylor Swift, which Taylor Swift should be taking a fat chunk of that because they owe her. But these numbers are not stellar. They're not good. I don't understand why. I don't understand why this is seeing any upside after numbers like that. It was like, hey, it's bad, but it's not is not as heinous as it could be. This is something else, man, but we are seeing a little bit of a push here. Interesting. 10 minutes? It's 3:27. Okay, perfect. All right, so this thing is actually pushing a little bit. It's just on such low volume that I would not be sold on this at all. Let me switch over to my other broker to take a look at that bid ask and that order book for you. So I'm not seeing it's small buying, 330s, 332. So it is getting walked up. 332. They really do have a ton of buying, man. You guys really do come in and buy here. So what's our upside on this? 344 and then maybe 350s. I mean, were these earnings expected to just be so bad that the fact that they weren't horrendous, people are all about it? I mean, I'm confused. Oh, the call is Friday. Okay. So thank you, Ross, for posting these. This is my guy. Okay, Gap EPS 8.62. Oh, it beat. So they did beat there. So I actually found I just reposted it on our Twitter. I just pulled their earnings statement. Total revenue is 951 compared to 954 for Q1 of 23. So no growth there. Now versus estimates, that is something that we need to look into because I did not look at the estimates to tell whether or not they beat. Let's take a look. Okay, so they did beat on an expected loss, but they are expected to lose money through all of 2024. Weirdly, you are seeing some analysts revise up. All right, so they've faded those gains and now turning slightly red. Let me flip to the order book here. It's kind of exactly what I mean. And the buying just continues. Now we're at 318s, 319s. Now this would be an interesting place to take a position, but we're cratering here. Sell side coming in strong. You just can't trust it, man. Look at that. Those sell side blocks, just boom, 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 just kicking everybody in the teeth. I just don't think the buyers can sustain this. Just getting punched in the mouth this many times, man. I don't see that. Oh, that makes sense. I was getting pumped. Getting pumped by the Twitter guys. Are back in action, man. Back in action. Don't know how, but they're back in action. To each their own, man. Looking at this order book here, I'm just not. It's small blocks, small. 90 shares, 20 shares, 10 shares. Now there's 14,000 shares. That was a decent size. 320 I don't hate. With a small loss, we buy 320, we sell break of 315. That wouldn't be a bad trade in my opinion. So let's see. So it's 315, 317, 314. All right, it's getting bought down. So it looks like before we could even do it, it's happening. But buying these wicks, look at every time these wicks have come, you got a nice push. So we're gonna do a little snapback trade here. Buy 312, 313. This will be a quicken. So this, you can get them in at 310. It's 308, 310. All right. So put in that order, 310. Filled at 310. So cost basis of 311 on the whole position. We're looking for a quick snap back up to see if we push maybe 320. We'll take a nice little squeezy there. If we get beat on this wick and we go below 308, then it's just a tiny little baby loss and it wasn't worth the time. But this should be interesting. We're already snapping back up. So 1% there. Where does it keep going? Thought I sorted these by alphabetical symbol. Yeah, there you go. So just bought a couple hundred shares. This is a shits and gigs trade. I'll put this here so you could follow the cost basis. What do we get in at 310? So that was our buy. So we're going to take risk down below 308 because really maybe below 306 because that's really, we've wicked down there already a few times. But I would say that like 310 and because again, remember, market makers will skip, they'll kick you in the nuts with your stop loss. And you don't want to get caught in that business. So basically, if we can hold and price can hold above 310, I'd say that there actually is some upside here. If you can see it's bounced 310, gone as high as 340, 350, that's a nice 10% there on a quickie, a little quickie there. So we made 10, 20 bucks already. Cool, cool, cool. Cool. All right. So we're going to watch this materialize. Keep an eye on this chart. This is a fun. It's always a blast trading with you guys. I love you to death. Please be careful trading names like this. Again, mark that range on your chart. Treat it like your Bible. Don't violate it because it will save you from losses that you don't need to incur. We preach, my goal is for this to be improving the quality of your life, not having fun and doing degenerate gambling shit. As fun as that is, it doesn't help anybody. We need to band together because we are a hell of a lot stronger together than we are apart. And the only way to fight the power is to become it. So I love y'all. Stay blessed now. Goodbye. Robin Hood.